This is your Math 5 video for Tuesday, April 21st. We are on lesson 130 and we are starting a new chapter. So make sure you go ahead and flip to that new chapter, and it says lesson 130 at the bottom. We're on chapter 14 now, and we're going to be doing shapes and geometry in this lesson. So if you will look at the top, we'll go ahead and get started. If you'll see, it tells you two different types of shapes that we're going to be dealing with: two-dimensional and three-dimensional. Okay, so you've studied two-dimensional. Two-dimensional is a flat shape. So a flat rectangle, a triangle, a circle, right? It lays flat on the page. It's as if I cut it out of a piece of paper and laid it down, it would be flat. Okay? And today we're going to talk about three-dimensional or 3D. So a three-dimensional is something like this. Now I can see it's a rectangle if it were flat, 2D. Okay, but what happens when I turn it? I can see it actually sticks off of the board. It's three-dimensional, okay? It holds something. It has faces and dimensions, okay? So this is a 3D object, okay? Let's see. It'll have length, width, and height. If you look, it tells you some vocabulary that's going to be really important as we do it, okay? It has a face. A face on a three-dimensional object is the flat surface. So this is a face, this is a face, backside has a face, the sides have a face. It's those flat parts. Now an edge are where our faces come together. So here, if I have this face and this face, the edge is the seam or the bent part, right? Where they come together. And then we have a vertex or a vertice that are the points that the edges make when they come together. The points is the vertex. Okay? If you look, there's a cube there. And on the other one, there's a cone. Now you'll notice it says the face is on the bottom, and it has a vertex on the top. It has a curved surface, but if it's curved, it's not a face. So notice that that cone has no faces. Okay? So if you look, it's going to ask you if it's a 2D or a 3D. So you have to think in real life, is a basketball a 2D or is it a 3D? Okay, a basketball is a 3D. Okay, jump down to number 6. If you look over to the right, it's going to give you the names of these 3Ds. We have the square prism or cube, a cylinder, a sphere, a cone, and a square pyramid. And you are going to read the clues and pick which one of those it is. Okay, on your next page, you're going to actually be taking them apart. So if I took apart this rectangle, if it was empty on the inside, do you guys know how you build those cubes in class, right? And they're hollow. Well, if I cut it open, what would it look like? So basically, I want to take my rectangular prism, and I want to lay it flat open and see what it looks like. Well, if I laid this rectangular prism open, I would have a rectangle, a smaller rectangle, a smaller rectangle, a bigger rectangle, right? And then I would have two flaps on the end. Okay, so this is what it would look like if I laid it open. So your job is, you see the laid open shape. What would it look like if you put it back together? What shape would it make? Okay, so I think that you guys can do this. Make sure if you have any questions, you give me a Marco Polo.